Hello and welcome.
To Scorpio today.
This is a very, very special presentation with this particular sign. All right, basically we'll get stuck into it straight away. Scorpio is one of the signs of the fixed cross. It is the king of the waters. So, excuse me, just getting an opportunity to have a look at what Scorpio relates to. There's its symbol. You see the little pointed tail, the sting. Okay, relevant to the scorpion. And currently at the moment, but we are. Scorpio is right above us. Okay, so it's just there. So even in your night sky, anywhere in the world, you went outside around about 7, 8 o'clock at night, you would see the sign, well, the massive constellation, which is Scorpio. Okay, so we'll look at it. It's to the water element, which is strange, but this is a fixed sign. Now, fixed signs or fixed cross signs have a lot of power. They're usually like a jewel, they have a duality about them. And this sign is definitely no exception to that. Actually, probably has a lot more to it. Now, the key to Scorpio, it has a lot to mystery. It is the psychic detective of any of the signs. There's a deep, deep power to that. They do not accept the surface. They're very, very deep. They're very powerful sexual lovers. They have a very powerful presence. I desire this. So you have to have that power to, find that partner, or I want this vehicle, I want this home, rather than, oh, just let it all happen, I'll just go with the flow. Whereas this one, it grabs it. It has the ability to manifest. Obviously, this big powerful star Antares, we'll get to it in a minute. It's a red star. You can see it if you look at the constellation. I'm going to get much light around. You'll see this red star in the heart. That's Antares, 550 light years away. I will talk about that in a moment. So fixed cross colors are definitely purples and reds, although there is the blues and greens of the waters of Scorpio too, and it's very, very placid nature. The two planets, see, it rules two planets, which no other sign really does that well. I mean, they might share it with another constellation. So there's Mars and Pluto. So there's this power of that fire, that drive, but this is like a water, and there's a Pluto aspect to it, which is like this really deep ethereal Earth. So you've got such a combination of all these elemental energies going on, and this reflects where we're going to go. And finally, there's the symbol of the eagle, which we're going to get to as well. So we'll just go through the positive emotions of score. So, obviously we have to go through our positive and there's our shadow in the negative. So we want to look at things realistically rather than just airy fairy. I'm in love with the flowers and I'm in love with the wall. Great. You're not. You've got to understand both shadow work. So this will give you the depth and to really explore yourself. This one does not pull any punches. All right. So Scorpio's positive emotions they're deep, they're powerful, they're intense, they're passionate, they're determined. So determination is there. They're determined. It's an energy that if you're having issues with something, you've got to get on. It keeps you going. They can regenerate. They can regenerate like any lesser emotions is not. They can just remove it and come back. You can come back from incredible emotional challenges, and it could be a broken up relationship or a financial loss, and they can regenerate their energy and personality quite quickly. Okay, so that's very good, and they have a very fast sort of maybe more of a natural way to heal themselves, like they just get themselves back into gear. uh so obviously their looks and presence is going to be quite powerful to that. There's depth of character. They're usually deep, and there's a mystery, and there's a lot going on. It's not so much going on the surface. I mean, it'll be obvious, and then there's parts that'll be quite deeper. And they're also very brave. They're not afraid to sort of look at the thing and say, well, this whole history thing that we've been fed is, it's rubbish. It's all been written by the winners, or they're going to go deep into their spiritual growth and their journey, and they're not afraid to really say what they want to, or they'll hide it and not say that. And this will bring us neatly to our negative emotions and our shadow work that is involved with this particularly awesome sign. The negative aspects would be obviously jealousy. That's a big one, the all green monster. So if you're being attacked by someone jealous, okay, that it actually has like in the astral plane, like this sticky green sort of napalmy kind of substance. That's what jealousy is. It looks like that. Well, that's what I've seen it as, and it's been said that the old green-eyed monster. Vengeful. Scorps can be quite, they plan their revenges quite carefully, and it can last, not like they got to do the revenge straight away, as they say. Revenge is a dish best served cold. So they plan revenge if it is, if someone's really done the wrong thing by them, you look out. They can be quite manipulative in the negative energy as well. So they know how to manipulate circumstances, situations, or people if they see that, in the negative and these people are weak and they're stupid and they're easy prey. For someone that really knows how to work energy, they've got that. And paranoid, obviously you've all sort of seen or experienced that, it's a very famous song. The paranoia, because they're not, obviously feeling in balance and tune with things. So the paranoia increases there. Mistrustful, whether it be of people that have done wrong by them, or they just don't get on with them. That you might have to win the favor of a score, quite well. They can be obsessive to the point of possessive. You know what I mean? They obsess about certain things, but that's what you need. There's to say, even some of these negative traits, it's important to understand them. So when you want to be successful, let's say financially or in a relationship, you've got to be obsessed with that. This is what you want, so we're clear, but it can get to the point where they get jaded with it, and it can get quite possessive of other people. There's also, there's the aspect of hidden motives. They might be showing something on the surface, and then, the negative Scorp trait can have that influence. And just that you don't have to be like a Scorpio, have it as an ascension sign. I mean, if it's your ascendant or your rising sign, that's going to play a lot in your role. But also, moon moves through Scorpio every month. Moon month means moon. So, every 28 days, you're going to get a Scorp moon, for a couple of days. So, you know, be ready for that kind of energy. But back again to the positive energy, we want to have a look at the energy. We'll look at this card first. We'll just have a look at the this beautiful painting. It's one again of Joffrey's, Dutch artist of the 30s. There's a lot going on in this piece of artwork, and I do like some of the older artworks. Like, look at it. It's probably not the prettiest looking, it's not like a soft Pisces sort of energy there at all. There's a lot going on. So let's have a look at the symbol around the clock. So if you're very observant, you might see in the sides there very powerful sigils or beings like you would see in an invocation or evocation. So there's principles related to that. You'll see the baby with a skull. What the hell's going on there? That looks really dark, but it's just life and death. That's what's showing you, the life and death cycle, which is deeply what Scorpio is about, because it's card number 13 in the high arcana of the tarot, and it means death. So you're looking at transition and transformation, and this is what's making this powerful sign. So, transformative. Also, it's easy to rise out of the ashes and, overcome decay or the breakdown or the death of a society or a system or an empire or civilization. It moves on. Also, looking at this particular sign here, have a look at the detail. You'll see the dragon and the knight there, obviously relating to that St. George thing. However, you don't know if it's killing the dragon or subduing the dragon. So there's something about this dragon. It is a mystery. So you can subdue dragons, you can flatter dragons, you can bribe dragons, whereas you don't have to just go kill them. So you're mastering an unseen energy, if you're looking at the metaphor, the symbology of that. And once again, let's have a look at this beautiful thing in the background in the sky, and we're looking at an eagle. Now, generally, this is quite interesting. Manuela's brought something really interesting to show you as well. She's our shamanic Shah woman, Shah woman, and there's something quite interesting. So the eagle relates to spiritual freedom and ascension. It has a lot to do. As you see, there's a serpent there, so serpent and bird ascension has a lot to do with your Kundalini fire and your ascension or awakening third eye. So it takes a lot of guts and energy to do this. And Scorpio is the one. It's got the energy to do it through this massive star we're going to talk about very, very soon. Uh, yeah, so that just sort of sums it up. But there's something else I'd like you to look at that's quite interesting. where the scorpion, in between the claws of the scorpion, does anyone know what that particular shape is? Look, it's got a pentagram. It's pointing down, some pentagrams on all sides. So that is actually a dodecahedron. So a do is two, and dec is 10. So 2 plus 10 is 12. Hedron means face or faces. So you have a 12-faced or a three-dimensional pentagram. So you've seen the pentagram, how powerful it is in your five elements, in your East, or, mastering the microcosm. A 5-point star is bard and invocational magic and evocational magic. You'll need to understand the pentagram. Don't see it as the dark side. Oh, the pentagram's all evil. It's on dozens of flags and dozens of symbols. It's about power, mastery of the microcosm. And the dodecahedron in sacred geometry is the sacred geometric shape for spirit, ether, and akasa. It is, and that's what it is. A little bit of interest here, just for some of you fellas that are really into your alchemy. I'll just quickly pass this. If you invert a dodecahedron, you get its other shape, which is the icosahedron, which is a 20-sided triangular shape, which is relates to the water. So spirit and water has a lot of that formative energy. So this is what this sign is. It's got a lot of stuff hidden. So it's deep in mystery. And that's what I said. It'll give you the ability to move through the waters of this world, like the underworld, the underwater caverns and under the massive cathedrals and these sacred sites and places. And this is what the dodecahedron is actually being symbolized there. It'll show you where these sacred sites and sacred temples and cathedrals and so on forth. See so many different places. They're actually on powerful ley lines or secondary ley lines, song lines, key lines, dragon lines, if you like, or lines of Hermes. Okay, so they're powerful magnetism and where they cross over. There's a lot more in that. That's a whole new teaching game in itself. It's the key now as we're getting closer to this, we're going to have a look at the star, and then we're going to talk about the eagle. All right. So there's something there in that symbology. Scorpio, as I was told at an early age, relates to the eagle. And I go, what is that? That doesn't even make sense. So let's look at these mysteries. Let's go for a deep dive. All right, just show the symbol, actually the constellational shape of Scorpio. Just have a quick look at that, in the sky, what it looks like. Is that the copyright-free one or the one I took? I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna go. Okay, that's the shape. Yeah. So actually, thank you, Shutterstock or whatever. Okay, yeah, that's the shape of it in the sky. If you look up there, you can't miss it. You'll see it. You just like, I want to see Scorpio, or use, your little app on your phone, or it's pretty easy to see, or an old map. You can't miss it. It's big and powerful. All right, so now we're gonna look at the powerhouse behind Scorpio, the Alpha Scorpius or Alpha Scorpii, which is the main star. All right, just gonna
Want to
look
talk
at it.
about that?
Yeah, we'll talk about the eagle in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll just have a look at
Okay.
this guy here. Yes. Um, Thank you so much. Just bring that up there, and we've got it. I'll show everyone. All right. So, yeah, just to show you that's Antares is the biggest one of these little red balls or colored balls. All right, and this is the one next to it. That's not as big as Betelgeuse. Okay, which is the biggest star in Orion over here, if you see it, and also if you look as we go through these other stars. I won't go into all of them, but just the little white dot there in front of Betelgeuse, this is like a little speck, it's like a pixel. That's our sun compared to the size of Antares. So Antares is so huge, it's bigger than the Mars orbit in the solar system. So if you put it on our sun, it'd be massive. So it's well over 500 times the size and the power of our sun. This is why it's one of the royal stars. Antares actually means Ant Ares. Ares or Ares was the god of war or god of Mars, okay, and energy. So this is a really good symbol, just so you can have a look at our sun. And you see Jupiter out there, that little red dot, but it's actually just consumed. If you put it, it just consumed Mercury, Venus, the Earth, and Mars. That's how big this sun would be if it was in our solar system. And generally, we don't talk so much about the physical size of things, but just to give you the scope of some of these stars that you are working with, so you get familiar, And once again, shape plays a big role, in your five aspects, your sound, your color, your number, your shape, and your vibration. So, it gives it a lot of weight, right? depth of character. All right, now there's something so interesting about Scorpio. We're looking at the eagle. Now, look at these eagle, like these crests. I mean, look at some of these eagles around the world. And we look at just say these crests. There's a double-headed eagle. I mean, you can go anywhere basically in Europe, and you're going to come across this crest, whether it be a family crest, the crest of a city or a municipality or a shire or even a country or a town or a very, very powerful place. It's the double-headed eagle. Eagles to ascension. Now we're just gonna have a look at, we might even look at an eagle if you want to have a look at some of these double-headed crests or whatever. Just have a look at this one. Yeah, okay. So uh, once again, we're looking at this, and once again, you're seeing this crown. So there's a lot going on there. The twin, look at that, holding the scepter, the orb of life. Actually that there, that's the Holy Grail. Or once again, it's actually a symbol for the old symbol for Mars as well. So it's a globe with a cross up the top. So it's like Venus flipped up. And the crown, okay, crosses and royal birds. All right. So we're looking at now. There's something that's very important that I will point out. This is the difference between eagles and the phoenix. All right. Now, there's both of these aspects associated with Scorpio. There is an eagle constellation that's separate, it's called and its star is called Altair, and there's also a Phoenix constellation as well. So this has a very, very strong connection, and it's to super spiritual ascension. All right. So if you can master like the aspects and fears and death, it's going to lighten your heart up, and you're going to, walk through and not have to come back for a reincarnation cycle. You can do a resurrection and live in the astral planes heavily ever after. So anyway, let's have a look. So tips up for the Phoenix in symbols and many of the different cartography, so you see it like in the American eagle or, the Russian eagle, you see that tips up. For the Phoenix, sorry, for the Phoenix, tips down, sorry, for the eagle. All right, so if it's the tips are down, it's eagle. The tips up, it's Phoenix. So just have a look at this.
Wings down, that's the eagle.
Mm.
And
Tips up,
wings up, the tips up,
Phoenix.
that's the phoenix. Why is it not doing that?
Eagles down in symbology and crests, they're raised up, they're more to the phoenix, okay, or that resurrection or rising up out of the ashes, okay, the phoenix, okay. There's a lot of alchemical aspects that are attributed to this. Once again, that's the depth of this particular sign. It doesn't just, sit, humbly there with astrology and, the tree of life. It's got a lot to show and share with you. Um, yeah, so let's have a look at this. There's an interesting story. I've done this and I will share it with you. I think it's actually quite relevant. Now, I was on a property quite a few years back. I was going to have a friend's property. It's huge. You had you could see the sunrise and the sunset. It was great open property. And Northern New South Wales. Anyway, getting to the point, when I was on the property, I could take some time out and just really connect to nature. And there was a pair of eagles there. Obviously, they were wedge-tailed eagles or Australian eagles. They're huge, just like the feathers that Manuela showed you on that beautiful wing. That is, they're a massive bird, huge wingspan. And they were there, and I got an opportunity. This is an old technique we use. We call it like a soul swap, where you get the opportunity to actually ask the bird. Like I'm sitting, in the backyard there near the pool and just going, "Oh, would you let me please, ask you humbly as I empath, because eagles and birds like that are very empathic. They're very tuned into reality. Let me, swap and move into your energy vibration. You can move into mine and see what it's like to pay bills, or something, whatever. But I wanted to move into the eagle's energy so I could, see through their eyes. And it was absolutely phenomenal. I did this in this meditation for about, it was probably about 4 or 5 minutes. And it was really good to see because it's like when you see through the eagle's eyes, like they look for kilometers. And it's like they can spot, a rabbit or a hare or prey, that's well camouflaged. You can see any movement. So it's a very, I think it's a really powerful shamanic tool, that I want to bring forward that you can do this. Okay, it's called Soul Swap, or there's probably other names in different disciplines. What it's used, where you actually share your connection to another living being, and you get to experience their characteristics. So you connect deeper with nature, and you can take on these particular skills. So this is obviously what a lot of the shamans different indigenous cultures. They're very, very sacred. The eagle feather, the chiefs of the North American indigenous tribes, from Navajo to, obviously the Cherokee and Pawnee, Iroquois, and many of the different cultures there. You're looking at and feeling deep into the soul of these particular beings. So it's very, very healthy. And yeah, once again, if you're seeing eagles on your pathway, it's usually upstairs or the other side saying you're on the right pathway. I mean, that's a lot to take on. You don't have to do that. But if you're looking for symbology in your life and it just naturally happens, you say, oh, I found an eagle. So in Scotland, used to say you'd stick an eagle, or a feather in your cap, as it were, So you wouldn't just use a pigeon because it's not the greatest sort of vibration. It's not an eagle, you know what I mean? It's like just this thing that hangs around society. So the vibration of the the feather is relevant. All right. So thanks very much for putting up with this. I will talk about some of these gods and goddesses there. We can look at these energies of Antares. Like you can look at the sun. There's a couple of pictures there. This one here or that one there. Yeah, look at that. It's like powerhouse. Look at that. Just brings it up. We'll just say Egyptian is probably one of the most universal cultures, which is, of course, because it's Hermetics. So it's from Hermes Trismegistus and Thoth, right? Um, so we'll just look at Egyptian and the gods in this pantheon, what they represent. So as Isis, she was a goddess of magic, rebirth, protector of the dead, so divine mother. She gathers Osiris's body to resurrect him, right? So there's a connection there to that underworld or transformation out of a being that's been taken out or killed, and rebirth, regeneration. So Osiris is the god of the underworld and resurrection. His death, rebirth, and myth is Scorpio, basically. And also a guardian of a threshold is Anubis. So here we go, these massive dogs, these guardians. Some people say the Sphinx was actually Anubis. That's up to you to decide. I see it more as the Sphinx, okay, which is human and lion, once again, hybrid being. But anyway, we'll look at this Anubis, and he's one of the dudes that guards the gateway when you pass over. So he's sort of there around Thoth and Mayat as they weigh the souls. God of embalming, prepares the soul for death and judgment. You can go into Scandinavian and Norse. Um, You've got Odin, and he's a god of mystery, death, and transformation, sacrifices himself to gain wisdom. Once again, some of these gods have like dual, or even triple aspects. There's Frasier, his partner, Freya Friday, goddess of death, war, and erotic power. So commands half of the slain in battle as well. So have a look at some of these mysteries. I think they help you gain it, look at it, from a very young part of your heart and perspective, and why these gods and goddesses names are still around today. They haven't just been written off. Oh, that's all just rubbish. So there's something very, very powerful in these names, and we're only just starting. If you look at Hades, Pluto, obviously Scorpio rules Pluto, underworld again. So you're getting another key to this, and Scorp's got that power, Persephone, queen of the underworld, abducted and reborn with each winter, summer cycles, spring cycles and things. So there's a lot there. There's also Hecate. She was a Titaness, a goddess of magic, crossroads, necromancy. Don't get that much, okay? And shadow work. And look, there's Polynesian, there's African. There's so much for you guys to look at. Aztec, Ian, Celtic. Have a look at your different Cantonese or Chinese, Shinto, Japanese, Izanami, goddess of death, trapped in the underworld. She becomes its queen after death. Like, here we go again. Like, going around the world, you're getting these same themes that are like, wow, what's going on there? So, this is what we're really encouraging with the meditation this evening, is to get in and see, like, wow, this sign's got some power and we need to understand it. One of the four royal stars of the entire sky. So there's a lot about it. But if you can really work with this, you'll bring forth, your deeper magnetism, or your deeper, your elven magic, or the types of magic that you want to work with. You can use it for, healing abilities. You'll get to feel a lot of energy in your hands and in your body, to the point of like when you're transforming, the Kundalini serpent energy, when it gets up to about here, it starts to transform into the avian winged beings, because you're growing wings to hold the bloody atlas of their head. You've got so much energy running through it. So, this is there's metaphors in there, but it's actually a lot of energy that you've got to do. So, working with the Kundalini fire through the shoulders into the throat. Very important, it's your voice, it's your expression, the throat. So as the Kundalini's coming up before we get to the pineal pituitary, as you see in the caduceus, you see the two serpents there, and that's the flight of the wings is where the opening. So there's a lot tied up in that. Lovely for sharing. Like it's in Russian, Slavic. You can go, wild witches and death and all sorts of things. Too much to get involved with now. So we're going to get ourselves ready for this meditation. Which I just share any more shamanic aspects with the eagles? And we did get to.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, in the shamanic tradition, they work a lot with the eagles, and those of you that have done some shamanic work, I'm sure they're quite familiar with it. There's lots of aspects. You can use the eagle, obviously, when you need some strength or courage, or when you need that uh, sight that you basically oversee a bigger picture, that you see the bigger picture, a bigger perspective, a higher perspective. Yeah, also when you literally have to show your claws, you can tap into that energy. And yeah, there's too much to cover in this
It is,
session.
isn't it? It's like I was asking, you can ask me. It's like there's so much we can get into the blackening and alchemy, the Negrado.
Mm.
There's the aspect of the Scorpio glyph. It's really easy to check in it in Hermetic and Egyptian. Scorpio can relate to underworld journeys. Intuitive power, very, very powerful. Once again, psychic detective, I think, is a pretty good analogy of the metaphors. Like, there's just no way to literally express the depth of this particular sign. We're all over the world. We've got gods and goddesses all over the place, underworld above, and then you've got this massive star, Antares, that is this huge red supergiant. It is gargantuan in power, so it balances all the big powerhouses of Taurus, because Taurus has got that, and Orion. So you see that when you're actually looking at the galactic map, you'll sort of see this. Oh wow, this is all balanced. It's like it's not random. So there's so many archetypes and rules with this, but there's a lot in there. As I said, it's the death card on the Hayakana, card number 13. So, even bringing the numerology and that in there, it just virtually commands this. So, once again, we're looking forward to your questions at the end of this. And it's going to be obviously quite varied because, eagles and scorpions, how do they connect? Well, there you go. So, once again, we were, talking earlier about the four signs of the fixed cross. This is Mr. and Mrs. Major all wrapped up in one. Okay.
Okay, let's do the meditation.
Let's go. Thanks very much. Let's
Okay,
go.
thank you. Ready for the meditation.
Let's have a look. And once again, Scorpio's right above you in the sky. So if you've got some place and there's no lights around, check it out. You'll see that shape in the star shape. You can't miss it. Just say, oh, look at Scorpio, and you're looking right at it. Like, oh my God, it's huge. And it's really obvious. It's a really obvious sign to see in the sky. It's probably one of the easiest. That and, Orion. We're recording, right?
Yes,
Okay,
we're
good.
recording.
All right. Thanks very much. All right. Hydrate yourselves. Let's get ourselves ready for this. I really want to go into this deep dive. So we're ready. Nice deep breaths. Here we go. Excuse me. Peanut butter. All right. Breathing in now, expanding the chest, filling those lungs. Hold that breath. It's very, very good. Right down, diaphragm, navel, right into the belly, expanding the belly, right down the base of spine. Hold as long as you can. And then slowly releasing. Feel the energy, the oxygen, the breath just flowing out around you, beginning to control your atmosphere, your space to manifest. Hold this space. Excess out. Hold. And a nice, rich, deep breath in. The breath of life. Here we go. Oxygen, nitrogen, calming the mind, giving mind energy, air. The wind, as we expand the mental mind, our mental body gets space. Pulse it out to about 3 meters diameter, 9 to 10 feet. Beside you, in front of you, behind, above and below. And relaxing. Just take your time, feel it once again, creating that manifestive space in your atmosphere where you can pool energy, what we call the mist of the masters. Deep breath in. Just calming that mind. As we begin to feel deep into our soul and our astral body. It's the vehicle we need for our lucid dreaming. Balance, control, expand. Feel your soul expanding out, sensing everything in the room. Deep breath, lots of oxygen, stay focused. This takes guts, takes strength. Oxygen right down to the base of the spine. Good solid core. Hold it. Aligning the spine. Holding that space and releasing. Take your time. Nothing else matters. Really strong balance, creating that atmosphere for manifestation around. I control my space. And deep breaths back in. Now we're really going down deep, filling those lungs, maximum capacity. Oxygen, nitrogen, fueling, hydrogen. Tapping deep into our heart sphere. So we begin to expand our heart, our passion. Like a giant sun expanding out. Beautiful warmth, compassion and passion. Feel the strength of your whole being and that love, that warmth, a love to be alive. This is awesome. In front of you, behind you, above and below, either side. Hold the 7 directions, the center staff. All right, just feeling that space you've got mastery of. As we tune in deep now, sense and feel through your heart, deep into your bloodstream, into your vitality, into your core. The life force that runs through your veins. From the abdomen and your reproductive, feel it going down each leg, right down deep into each thigh. Cleansing, awakening, strengthening through the flesh, the tissue. Explore your anatomy into the knees. Feel into the cartilage and expanding that space, opening up. Take your time. Do it right. As you're doing, just tuning into your own biorhythms. Nothing else matters. You've got this. As you feel deep into the flesh going through, into your bones, into your marrow, feel, flow in deep into the tissues, into the nerves. Feel that vital force flowing through you. Down into the ankles, into the Achilles ankle, awakening, flowing into your bones of your feet. As you're awakening your physical, you're going into the intensity of your astral, conscious, unconscious, and subconscious bodies. Very good for your lucid dreaming, astral traveling. Feel deep into each toe. You're shifting your consciousness to each between the pads and the nails of each toe. And feeling deep into the natural rhythms. As you feel your feet opening up, like roots about to grow down deep into Mother Earth, into Gaia, so we can stay grounded. And we're returning back to that process again. Now bring your consciousness back up, back into your abdomen, base of spine, reproductive, where Kundalini fire sits. And just tuning into your spine, the magic number of 33 vertebrae, just feeling into that as we begin to expand from the coccyx up. Just feeling your energy awareness through your vital organs. Heal, strengthen, balance, lower back. And feeling it flowing up to the upper back, spine aligned, straight spine. Excellent for your power of manifestation, holding your character, and feeling that connection across your shoulders now, creating that sword of the heavens. All those big shoulders there. It's like you're starting to awaken. If you can feel and sense into your shoulder blades, like that's the base of wings. You can feel those like wings there in the astral. Feel your consciousness and your vital force flowing into those shoulders, opening them right up. Beautiful posture, beautiful strong core, clean line, like a proud eagle. Now we feel our consciousness flowing into our upper arms. Very, very good for your strength, moving into the armies that work for you. Biceps, triceps, deltoids, just feel into the muscles, ligaments, and tissue. Become aware. Talk to your body. Expanding into the elbows. Heal, strengthen, cleanse, expand, and compress in harmony. Flowing down your forearms. And let the energy begin to pool at your wrists and the ball and socket joints there. Mm. And just let the energy just bleed and seep into your hands, into your palms. What you've created, what you've produced in your life through your hands. Feel the energy now just pouring into each of the fingers through the thumb, expanding the phalanges and each joint, maximum expansion. Feel it opening up and conscious going into each of the fingers. Take your time, expanding, build that energy in those hands. Feel those balls of energy just pouring in. Go through each finger, each phalange. And feel your consciousness right out to the pads of your fingers, your finger prints, and the nails. That good. Let the energy pool in your hands. You've got a lot of volume building, a lot of high quality vitality. Feel the creative juices in the hands. Just moving as we expand that energy out into those hands like balls of energy. We're going to shoot them up, right back up into our shoulders. Keep igniting those shoulders. Increasing your awareness, awakening, natural ascension process. We come across to our throat, larynx. Come on, stay there. Our voice, our power of command through the larynx, flowing that vital energy of the jugular right up into the head there. Lifting up through into the spine. Top of the spine, 33, the Atlas carries the world upon his shoulders. You carry the world. As we begin to just feel our consciousness now, feeling it, it's like you're almost breathing it right up into your head region. The ability to move your consciousness around, your vitality, awakening the light within the head. Mind and soul are as one. within the physical vehicle. My heart and spirit are awake. As my spirit comes to the fore, I become super conscious. As you breathe in, like blue fire, oxygen, stabilizing the light in the head, pineal pituitary, hypothalamus, the whole eye of Horus, just pulsing out to the front of the skull. And your sides, just feel your ears, the clairaudience through the eardrums, just stabilizing into center. Creating the Templar's cross in between your temples. Keep awakening that pineal gland, opening your third eye, naturally, organically, fluidly. Want more stability? Breathe in through the mouth and nose. Where it flows, stabilizes. Just breathing in and out naturally, organically. It's like you're beginning to look up now from the light in the head and opening up the crown, like you're wearing a crown. And you're connecting deep into the sun sphere, like another star. And you're connected to the heavens. And just feel the solar sphere's fire pouring down through you. It's like you're connecting deep to the solar angels, golden white light. Nothing else matters. Stay focused. It's a lot of fire pouring through, entering your atmosphere, igniting, feeling that golden, fiery sun. Enter your atmosphere around you. Feel the pressure differential on your skin, awakening your pores, pouring through you now, burning through. Just feel that solar fire pouring through you, burning away and connecting deep, right down through the soles of your feet, deep into earth, deep into Mother Gaia, connecting right into that liquid crystalline core, into the mineral kingdom, where every shape of every plant, every animal, every insect, every bird comes on manifestation through earth. So feel that. Just release all the trauma. It's going down into recycle so you can get a cleaner line. All excess dross, negative energy, old contracts just burning away. I'm finished with the, I no longer require these. Any negative entities we picked up, they are gone. They're released. Leave my being. I have no further use for you. Thank you for whatever lesson you gave me. Move on. Feel deep into those mineral kingdoms. It's like you're drawing the life force out of earth again, giving you stabilization and grounding. All excess has gone into compost fertilization. The negative goes back out. Draw in the positive now, or the life-giving mineral, liquid crystalline. Right? You need the stability. Get that grounded energy. Now heaven, raising earth to heaven. Like you're becoming a liquid crystalline being. Feel it. You're increasing the water element now. But this isn't just any water. This is full of liquid crystalline intelligence. Cleanse, heal, strengthen. And feel that connection back again up to heaven as we begin to awaken our monad. Let's take our time. Come on, you can do this. As we connect back up to the sun, we can use the energy of the moon as magnetism to start balancing and stabilizing the fire. As we raise our super conscious connection now out through our sun, Tippereth, if you like, we're going to connect now to the constellation of Scorpio. Let it be that I connect to the energy of the mighty Scorpio. Let the energies pour down through me, through the mighty sun, Antares. The energy of Antares is increasing and amplifying through me, the super red giant, one of the four royal stars of the heavens, pouring into me. I need to experience this. I am the student, the initiate on the pathway, seeking truth. I need to feel this energy. Let it pour into my whole being. I am becoming at one with Scorpio and the energies of Antares. Feel the energies of Antares pouring through, magnifying the energies of the sun and the lunar liquids. Pure liquid water is all around and within me. I am immersed in the most creative crystalline fluids, activating my Kundalini fire. Feel deep into your secretions, your sacred fluids. Feel that Kundalini. That's the liquid you're going to raise up your spine. Just taking your time, activating each of the chakras. Just take your time. I won't talk you through it. Just feel it igniting from your root and reproductive. Serpents, like the caduceus, crossing over at navel, cleansing, healing, removing all parasites and attachments. Liquid fire, like two nagar, flowing up, solar plexus, then the heart. Awakening those four-dimensional transducers out to the shoulders. It's like you're literally pulling wings up, like massive, fiery eagle wings. Cross into the throat. Sacred fire pouring through. Liquid life force. Crystalline, all elements as one. As I ignite my pineal. Through the energies of Antares, I understand life beyond life. It's like you're feeling now the winged bird and the serpent coming together, the uraeus through the third eye, just in the center of your forehead. Can't feel it. Just tell yourself it's happening. With the energies of Antares, my desire and my will are coming to the fore. For these are the creative fluids, the secretions, and creative juices for all that I choose to manifest. As I desire this, so shall it be. Feeling deep, deep energy. Feel that Antares, massive supergiant, big as Mars orbit, huge, power pouring through you. And doesn't have to be red, it can be purples, greens, and blues. Just feel that fire, liquid. But finally, through the energies of Scorpio and Antares, I choose my destiny. I manifest my future. Feel these energies building through your hands, your fingers, through your toes. I am electromagnetism incarnate. My monad is becoming more awakened and energized. As I hold this energy, I place gratitude and thanks for this experience as I go deeper into the mysteries, into the knowledge, into the symbolism, into the connections with the stars and nature's natural beings. And feel the energies of Antares do that last once pulse through you as we begin to return. Place a thank you. For the energies of Antares and Scorpio and the deeper meaning of the serpents and the eagles. My Kundalini fire has risen. If you wish to keep it, do, or just let it come back down your spine. As you practice this, you become more attuned and aware. Slowly come back to yourselves, thanking to the sun and the moon's lunar magnetism. Thank you to Gaia, Mother Earth, and the mineral kingdoms, the liquid, living crystal, life essence. If you feel you need, put it into these things in your life. Success in manifesting your home, health, into your relationships, into money, into the deepest mysteries that inspire you, with the energies to overcome any obstacles. Make it happen. Be yourself coming back into your toes and into your fingers. It's a deep, deep dive. So slowly return. Thank you. The energies of Scorpio. All right, just come back to yourselves, take some notes. If you're ready, have a drink and also have a little loo break if you need to go to the room. Thank you. Thanks so much.